Thinking about the purpose of astrology and why it is that astrologers that we feel the need to share our knowledge with others and why it is such a spiritually connected um, occupation. It's because we all inherently speak our own individual language, even though a lot of us, speak English or speak Spanish. It's We all have our own individual language because words are very powerful and they are interpreted through our mind, and each word is interpreted. So you could be saying a sentence to someone, and each one of those words has to be interpreted through their mind in a way that is going to be slightly different than you. And that's the whole connection with why we all have different placements, because we're supposed to be all of the different representations of perspectives that are possible. And because words are so powerful and so unique to each individual, it kind of connects to the story of the Tower of Babel, or Babel, I'm not sure, where there was a tower. Everyone spoke the same language before, and this tower was like attacked, and that's what somehow caused everyone to start speaking different languages, because I don't know, some entity didn't want everyone sharing the same language or something like that. And it's very interesting because I think it's so much more profound to think of if we were actually to all speak the same language, the same universal language, and not have our individualities in how words are interpreted, then that is what would be like a one consciousness. Because if we all understood words the same exact way, it would almost start to make us robotic in responses in a way, because there'd be no misunderstandings. And with no misunderstandings of communication, it would reduce a lot of issues that we have. It would almost be like being able to know what the other is thinking. It probably connects to like telepathy and how we connect energetically to other people. And I believe that this is what astrologers have a gift of doing, is being able to connect with multiple people's languages, their individual like languages of their mind and their soul. And so it's kind of like a spiritually connected gift with words, because astrologers are interpreting the chart, and the only way to explain what is going on is through words. And I think astrologers that we are able to connect with a lot of different people's languages and to look at the blueprint, like the soul blueprint, map, whatever you want to call the birth chart that we have, to help others understand the meanings of the placements that describe why they're here, where they came from, where they're going. And all of those skills are necessary in doing that, to connect with a large amount of people with all different perspectives. And I hope in explaining this is making sense. And another reason why I think astrologers, why we're trying to connect with people's languages to explain these things to them, is because once you understand these things, what we're really offering is perspective shifts. If you change your perspective, you change your life. And there are perspectives we have on everything. It's not just like one perspective. We have millions of perspectives and belief systems that we hold inside of us. And some are limiting, some are expansive. And in changing and offering these words and connecting with language and with the charts and explaining what the meanings are, we create perspective shifts because it's kind of like an unbiased view that you're getting offered from the universe, and we're trying to interpret that for you. So when you get a reading, you are actually getting hundreds of perspective shifts, hopefully hundreds or even thousands maybe, because it's micro shifts. And micro shifts turn into major shifts. It's kind of like habits. I was just listening to the book Atomic Habits, and it's kind of like change your habits, change your life. And habits go into perspectives, and that all affects us as well. Our perspectives affect our actions. And if we can change even small actions every day, we change every day. And so to be able to get a reading where you are now offered all of these different perspective views that you keep in your mind, because the mind has a very big capacity to hold information. So once you get like one reading, you will hold that information in your mind for years. And some of the information may not click with you now, but it will click with you later when you really need it. That's what I've noticed. And so that's a huge part of what I want to offer people in getting astrology readings, is the ability to look at yourself from a different perspective and to hear different interpretations of what has been going on in your life and what you have been feeling in your soul, and knowing that there is a design to it. There are reasons for things, and that it's not just a free-for-all in this matrix. And just hearing the specifics of the interpretations, I think, is just so powerful. And so I do think astrologers have a bit of a gift for what I would say relates to like poetry in a way, because it's like a gift of words to be able to connect with other people's language systems. So it's just like a deep dive thought that I've had lately. I wanted to share that. If you are interested in an evolutionary astrology reading where you're getting my interpretations through the knowledge that I have learned and gained throughout many years, and it also goes into like astrologers' upbringing. I think astrologers go through a lot of spiritual transformations and growth so that they can share that wisdom with the people that they are interpreting their charts for, because it's going to be very intense. It's almost like playing the game in an intense mode where you need to intake and know how to share a lot of esoteric information and knowledge that you've gathered through not only experiences but research and books and connections and all kinds of things, all your experiences. So that's really what you're like involving yourself in when you get a reading, is connecting to an astrologer's like breadth of knowledge, as well as their ability to interpret and connect to your language and change your perspectives and open up new perspectives and help break down limiting beliefs and restrictive perspectives. And in doing so, you will naturally change, you will transform, and that will transform your life. So that's what we're trying to do. So if you're interested in astrology reading, you can look to the link in my bio.